got me started thinking about Avelos, as well as Shiva and Shloshim. As many of you are aware, a person continues to be an Avel and follows the rules of Avelos for a complete year after losing a parent. However, someone who loses a child or a sibling is only considered an Avel for 30 days. The question is why? Why 30 days for a child or sibling and a year for a parent? The two answers I came across appear to be completely opposite and opposed to one another. But with a little deeper understanding, the two answers actually feed off of one another and are more similar than they first appear. The first answer is that out of respect for one's parent, who did a tremendous amount in raising a child, we keep Avelos for a year, as opposed to just 30 days. The other answer I heard is that for a child or a sibling, where the loss is so painful and unnatural, one does not forget about their passing. And so Avelos is only mandated for 30 days. Whereas a parent, where one can forget, because it's natural that for one to lose a parent at some point in their life, one can come to forget about it, the Avelos, so we continue the Avelos for a year. So the first answer is out of respect, the second answer is that we shouldn't come to forget. It seems to be complete opposites. However, if you take a look into why would someone come to forget a parent, the reasons actually become a little bit more similar. With the loss of a parent is someone who raised them, who fed them, who cared for them. The reason that a child may come to expect these things, and when one expects things to come to them, they don't have the full appreciation for that which was done for them. And so we continue the Avelos for a complete year. Not just that we shouldn't forget the parent, but that we should also come to respect them. So it's actually for the same reason that one might forget a parent, and that's namely because the parent constantly is doing for them and giving to them, that you must also come to respect them. And that is the same giving of themselves that they've done in the raising of a child. My mother and Tante Sarah will continue to follow the rules of Avelos for the complete year as a sign of respect for Bobby and all that she had done for them. As we all are aware, Bobby, and for that matter Zadie, grew up in difficult times, losing most of their family in the Holocaust. Yet they did not allow those terrible events to negatively affect their outlook on life. They moved to America, and without initially speaking a word of English, were able to build a beautiful family and successful business. These were truly some great people. But even more than this, Bobby somehow continued to maintain her love for life. Of all the things she treasured, the accomplishments of her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren reigned supreme. However, she did not just take a back seat and watch over her family from afar. Rather, she was involved in each one of our lives on an individual level. What she enjoyed most was knowing the latest and greatest in each of our love lives. One particular story that she loved to tell over was when Abby, my girlfriend at the time, sat on Bobby's lap in Shul and told Bobby that she wanted to marry me. She then whispered in Bobby's ear, "But don't tell Ari." On a similar note, after recently wedding Talia, Bobby did not hesitate to ask, "Nu, are we pregnant yet?" Ever since moving down to Miami, Talia and I had the privilege of living in Tower 41 together with Bobby and spending countless Shabbosim with her, especially since both my parents and Sarah and Ronnie are frequent flyers. And although these past couple of years have been difficult for Bobby, she would always smile upon seeing Yoni and still manage to enjoy being surrounded by her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. There's much to learn from Bobby: how to care for one's family, how to enjoy life. But more than anything, I look at the way both Bobby and Zadie lived their lives. They did not live in a fancy house or drive luxury cars. These things were of no importance to them. What was important to them was giving tzedakah and supporting organizations that were close to their hearts. Whether it be a yeshiva in Borough Park or a Beis Yaakov in Ashdod, Bobby and Zadie enjoyed giving their hard-earned money to such causes. We will all miss Bobby, or Big Bobby as she was also known, but by following in her footsteps and emulating her ways, we will be able to keep her memory alive. Thank you.